Hey guys, blessing for your Saturday. Here's my traces of Halloween, huh? I found this one a while ago. Isn't that weird? This is probably one of my favorite Halloween tchotchkes, right? Traces of Halloween. Now we're moving into Thanksgiving. So I hope you guys are doing well. I mean, these are trying times, right? These are really trying times. It's like the energy has, I think, accelerated. Like I'll look at the clock and I think it's like an hour passed and like 2 hours passed. So I don't know. Time is, I think, sped up or something. But yeah, so I thought I'd chat for a while and then we do a healing and a meditation. And I wanted to show you something too. I never showed you this. At least I don't think I did. It is called. Isn't that pretty? I think you could find these online. See, right in it, you know what that is? I don't know. It is a photograph. I guess it has to be like some type of electron photography type of thing, because it enlarged a crystal of water. That's what you're looking at. And this one says love and thanks, love and thanks, love and thanks. So what he did was he had people say, I think his name was Muramoto, I'm not really sure. You have to look up the Japanese waterman. He took all these crystals of water and put them under an electron microscope after people put their thoughts into them. And this was one with love and thanks. So you could see how it produces a beautiful, gorgeous, almost diamond-like, right? Diamond-like water crystal. But then if you put in like anger and meanness, it creates this ugly face on the water. So it's really important what we think. So you got to watch your thoughts. When you feel like your thoughts are, I don't know, when I feel like I'm going down that rabbit hole in my brain, where my thoughts are just like kind of being a little bit on the negative side, I start to pray and meditate, because that means I'm not trusting and I'm not hoping. So it's very important to watch your thoughts, because our bodies are almost what, 80-90% water? So it goes into every matrix, every pore, every cell of your body. Every emotion creates a feeling, right? And that feeling gets transmitted into every part of our body. So I didn't even know I was going to talk about that right now. So let me clear us first. I'm going to use my Midnight Quartz crystal. Such a beautiful sunny day. But now the clouds are moving in. I know it's going to rain. I took my car in today to Subaru, and I had to have my oil changed, my filters. I've been going there. I like them. They help out dogs, and I like having a Subaru. I feel it's kind of more of a conscious car place, right? So I took care of that, but then I forgot to tell them to turn back my clock, because I think, don't we? No, wait. Do we? Yeah, we fall back. So we're going to move our clocks back an hour. I think back an hour. Fall back. Yeah, fall back. So instead of 8 o'clock, it'll be 7 o'clock. But now, I don't know how. The problem with this car is it's very difficult to change the time. I have never been able to do it. So I really should have had them do that today, and I forgot about it. But I got my car stuff done, and then I thought, you know what? I'm going to treat myself. I'm going to do some clearing here. I had a craving for bagels with cream cheese and lox. And I don't eat a lot of dairy because it causes my skin to break out. So if your skin breaks out, you may want to check yourself for dairy. I'm not saying everybody's allergic to it, but as soon as I stopped doing it, my skin cleared up. So I knew it was true for me. So this is my Midnight Quartz crystal. I know I've showed it to you before. It's double terminated. So you can also use it for healing. Open up the channels. But it's just good for clearing the air. So yeah, so what I do with this is it's like a coaster, right? And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my bag of food, I'm going to eat something, over the coaster, and any type of water in there, it clears it. So it transforms to food. So you can put a glass of wine on it, a glass of kefir, whatever you want to eat. So let's see what I got. And then we'll do our meditation and healing. At least I did a clearing. Oh, well, I forgot I bought these. And I did wash my hands. I went to the La Piñata Bakery. Look at their croissant. Isn't that amazing? Okay, what I like about it, it has really good buttery flavor. But the outside's not crunchy enough for me. I like it crunchy on the outside and soft on the inside. But it has good flavor. So maybe if you pop it in the oven, right? And then the other thing I bought from La Piñata Bakery on Chewy. I'm sorry about that mousse cake. When we were celebrating my son's birthday, I posted, and I was going to show you a picture of the food in the mousse cake. And we were like ravenous dogs. When we saw that mousse cake, it was like that big. It was like $50 from Libinay, Libia. I posted that one, Libinay Bakery and Restaurant over on McCormick Boulevard in Devon. We just gobbled it up. I mean, half of it is still in my daughter-in-law's freezer, so that's good. This is one of their empanadas from La Piñata Bakery. I don't know which one this is. Wow. Well, this is good. It's still warm. I just bought it. It's flaky. And it has spinach and cheese inside. And it's not spicy. Because usually I have to drive all the way down to Southport to get empanadas, so I'm so glad they have them at this bakery. I never even knew that. I just found that out today. Today was like a miracle day. Look at this fat one. This is, wow. No wonder it's so fat. It's chicken with verde. Sorry, I had to take 2 bites. See La Piñata. Isn't that cute? And I make specialty cakes there and everything. I'll be back. Then I went up the street. Well, actually, this is where I went first. The New York Bagel Company. You have to stand in line. These are their walnut biscottis. So good. Better than Starbucks. I do like Starbucks, but I love these. There's always a good biscotti, right? And then down on, what is it, Taylor Street in Chicago? There's Pompeii Restaurant. They have good walnut biscottis. But what I like about these are flaky and they melt in your mouth. And then I got some lox and cream cheese. Let me see if they have their name on here. No, they don't have their name, but it says lox spread. So I'll have that later. And then I got 3 sesame bagels. It's a good shopping day. You know, I don't like to go out when it rains and snows because it's hard for me to walk with a stick. I had to do acupuncture on myself before I went out on my legs. My legs were bothering me. Cinnamon raisin. But you know, after those PRPs that I got, I have no more pain. I wouldn't even be able to sit here without being in pain. So the PRP works. You have to pay out of pocket. Plasma-rich protein. They take your blood and they spin it, and then they inject it back into the injury, wherever you're injured. So that was good. Those empanadas are good. I think I'm going to pop them in the oven and eat them for lunch. And then I want to go outside before it rains. And I want to remove some solar lights that I have in my garden. And I want to put them up front so I can have like some holiday decorations. Because I don't really do all those inflatables and all that stuff. I don't really do all that. So I hope you guys, it was a busy week, right? With Halloween. I know everybody, it was kind of fun though to dress up and go out. I mean, I don't go out anymore, but I dress up for the kids at my school. And I started writing my book today. I started writing about teaching So while I was sitting at the car dealership, I was really motivated to write. And I've been thinking about this book for a while, so when I think about something like you guys, because I want to meditate with you, because it's been so sad lately, I have to do it. It becomes like this overwhelming passion, right? And that's what I'm going to put in my book. If you want to be a teacher, don't go in it because of the money. You never do it because of the money. If you do anything because of the money, you're always going to be disappointed. You should do whatever you need to do with passion and love, and everything will follow. You know what this empanada reminds me of? It's really good, sorry. I'm kind of hungry, I haven't eaten. It reminds me of when you go to a Greek restaurant and they give you that thing with the spinach and the crunchy part. Mm-hmm. All right, we're going to do some Reiki. Let me see if we're cleared. Yeah, that's good. All right. So if you need to get something to drink or run to the bathroom, I haven't done a meditation with YouTube in a while, so all my friends and everybody, I'm happy to be sitting here doing this. So I'll give you a few minutes while I have another bite of my empanada. And I talked to people in line, and some people, it was their first time at the New York bagel place on Tui. And I said, well, how did you find out about it? And they said one of their friends told them. Now that I think about it, I should have taken a photograph of the outside of the restaurant. But it's right next to La Piñata Bakery, so all the little shops are right in a row. And what's nice about it, they have an event planner there. So whenever I decide to retire, I might have them do my event. All right. Before we start meditation, let me just talk to you about November astrologically. Like I said, I learned from all the best astrologers online. I think I want to study to be a forensic astrologer, where you study about murders and stuff like that. I don't know. It seems like that's what I'm leaning towards. I mean, there's so much astrology you can study. You could study Western, you could study Eastern. All right, but what the aspects are. Okay, last Saturday I was going to do a post, right, for the full moon in Pisces, Libra eclipse, right? So I came home Friday, and I think I just rested. I was so wiped out, and then I rested. Oh, because I know what happened. I had my PRP on my knee. So I rested because I took off Wednesday and Thursday. So I went to school on Friday, and then I rested. Or was that the week before? Man, time goes by so fast I can't even keep track of it. But that evening and I don't know if you experienced it last weekend. A lot of people said they did. I said on Saturday I was really feeling tired. And I called up Whole Foods. I went online and I ordered food to be delivered. I just couldn't even think about getting in my car and driving to the store and loading it up and unloading it and dragging it in the kitchen. I thought, I don't have the energy for that. So, and in fact, I'd rather help people out financially. If they have a job delivering food, I like to give them 20% and, have them have a job, right? Sometimes other people can do a better job than we can do for ourselves, right? I don't know why it's getting so dark. It's maybe because of the light outside, right? So I had him deliver it while I cleaned out my refrigerator and rested. And that was really good. So I cleaned out my refrigerator. So then I had to move all the bags into my kitchen. I put them on this cart, moved them in, put everything away. And then I think I did some laundry, some other chores. And I thought, I'm going to lay down and take a nap. So this is the lunar eclipse, right? Because I really wanted to do a meditation with everyone. I couldn't do it. I didn't have the energy to do it. Wow, it's getting really dark now. So what I did was I lay down, okay, at 5 o'clock or 5:30, something like that, right? I was going to just take a nap till 7. I woke up and I thought, I can't. And I went back to bed till the next day. That was an intense lunar eclipse. And during that lunar eclipse, what's happening is all of our cells in our body are being reprogrammed. I don't know how else to say it. The DNA in all the cells in our body were being reprogrammed. That's what I guess the eclipses do. And we were between the solar and the lunar. And then a whole war started between Israel and Palestine. Horrible, right? Horrible. So you had all these people died in Israel. You know, that poor little music festival, they just descended on them like those wicked monkeys in The Wizard of Oz, right? Beheaded and slaughtered babies? I mean, who does that? That's Satanism. No God would want you to do that. I'm sorry. I don't know who they're worshiping, but no God would want you to kill like that. No God. It says, God said, do not kill. Moses said that, right? Whatever happened to the Ten Commandments? That was law. People are dancing around and worshiping a golden calf. And Moses goes up to this mountain. He comes down looking ancient with a big beard and I guess whatever, right? He brought down the stone tablets. And all these people, what were they worshiping? Money, gold. You know, if you put your gold and your money over people, you've lost your way. You've lost your way. Money can provide comfort, but it can't replace happiness. You see that with a lot of wealthy people. They're very unhappy. So then we had that huge hurricane in Acapulco. They didn't hardly have it on the news or on YouTube or anything. I saw this one guy come on. He actually lived in Acapulco with his whole family and his friends, right? Everything's gone. He said every single window in every building in Acapulco was blown out. I don't even know, how did the people even survive in those hotels? I mean, you could look into the hotel and you could see to the other end of the hotel window. Everything was gone. My heart just broke. Here's another beautiful island that's destroyed. And who destroyed it? That's the question mark, right? Sorry, I had to eat. I'm so hungry. La Piñata Bakery, right? The girl was really nice in there, too. I told her to substitute teach and make some money. She has her associate's degree. So then, you know, I sent money to them right away online. I've never done that before, but my heart just broke because I kept thinking, what about the babies? What about the children? They can't get any food. They can't get any water. So then it's so good because this guy, he emails you what they did with the money. It's not like one of these rip-off places, right? These shady people, right? And he said, you know, they set up a whole... They thought they were going to raise like 10 grand. They raised almost 300,000, probably more by now. They set up like areas for people to get water and food, and I don't even know how they got the stuff in, diapers and everything. So I felt good I contributed. I might even contribute again. So that was all going on. And what they said was, because, you know, Acapulco's like in a bay, right? It's like a half-shaped sea, right? And the guy said I was up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and they didn't say anything about a hurricane. And all of a sudden, like that, it turned into a Category 5. Now, how does that happen? How does that happen? He says there was no water. What happened was the 2 dams on the rivers broke, and that's why they got flooded. But there was no water from the hurricane. It was dry. 200-mile-per-hour winds. So, that's happening all between the solar and lunar eclipse, right? Very intense weather changes. Very intense weather changes. So the eclipse can do that. They clear stuff out. But I think there's more than 30 people dead because probably people are missing in the water. You know, if you're in a hotel room like that, you probably got sucked right out. So we're going to pray for them. We're going to pray for this crazy war in Israel and in Palestine. That's not going to solve their problems. They can fight and kill each other, but it's not going to put an end to it. It's not. It'll just bring more misery and suffering to people. And then you got the war in Russia and Ukraine. And then you had that whole destruction of Hawaii. So they think that they use some kind of energy weapon to destroy Hawaii and to destroy Acapulco. And why are they doing that? Why are they destroying these beautiful places? And why are they bringing in so many people into the United States that have no documents? And if they do bring all these people in, they may have to match them with housing and jobs at the same time. I mean, there's a lot of abandoned buildings. There's a lot of malls. There's a Zenith factory they could repurpose into condos. A lot of these people are very gifted and working, but they have to find out who these people are. And then line them up with the jobs, right? They're going to spend $91,000 on some tent city? What the hell? $91,000 a month? Are you crazy? Give each person $10,000. That'll help out a lot of people. 90 people right there. Don't spend your money on these stupid tents. They're not going to survive the Chicago winter. You know, my friend and I were giving money to people in the streets from Venezuela, sitting there with a baby in a stroller. So, this is why we're doing a meditation and a Reiki healing, right? We need to clear this dark energy. Don't let the dark energy bring you down. That's what it's trying to do. It's going to play all, it's called Leela. It's going to play all these negative games with us. We have to fight back. You know, a lot of people have seen angels in the sky. So angels are appearing. Angels have swords. A lot of people are seeing angels right now. So let them heal our lives. Talk to your angel that's around you. Everybody comes in with an angel, whether you believe it or not. We all have an angel sent to us to protect us. All right, so let's get to it. So get in a good position so your back is straight. God, I really snarfed down that empanada. So like I've said in my past post, let me just sit on this pillow. This love seat is a little bit too low for me. I have to sit up, prop up my back here. Hold on. Prop up your back so it's straight, because that's when you get the best energy flow. Okay. Ugh. Your feet should be flat on the floor. I don't know, somehow the cold wood feels really good on my feet. All right. So I call on Ashtar. Ashtar is one of my guides that I'm in contact with. I've been in contact with him since I was a child. I never even knew who Ashtar was until I got older. He's supposed to be part of the Star Galactic Command. Okay, so we're already starting meditation. Place your hands on your knees. We're going to start with healing our knees. We just send energy into our knees. So breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. And if he has any messages, I will be sure to say it. So as your hands are on your knees, you might feel some energy coming out of your hands into your knees. And you might even feel your hands getting warm. And that's okay. That means you're helping to heal your knees, right? Like I said, a lot of the energy right now is stuck in the lower part of our body. This is a very gentle opening right now. Just allow yourself to be in the flow. Allow yourself to be in your center. Breathe in through your nose and out through your mouth. We're opening up our sacrum now. If you want, you can put your hands on your sacrum. I'm going to keep mine on my hips. Opening up the sacrum. This is where the Kundalini arises from. Yeah, so Ashtar is part of the Star Galactic Command. Everyone stay well. Get enough sleep. Don't let your body get run down. Take extra vitamin C. You can ask your doctor about that, but I would say get extra vitamin C. And I started taking Gata Cola. You can look it up yourself. You can ask your doctor for entertainment purposes only. Haha, right? So anyway, so Gata Cola is really good for reducing cholesterol, reducing sugar, and reducing inflammation in the brain. It helps to work with cognitive functions. Gata Cola cleans out that sludge, that cholesterol. I also said a lot of you will come into a breathless state, so don't worry if you feel like you're not breathing. You're still alive. You're just going to be in a breathless state. Go into that stillness. If it's not quiet where you are, you need to move to a quiet space. In your home, or physically, geographically. Come back into your center. You can gently open your eyes. I'm going to place my hands on my low back right now. All right, so the problem is I wish that Israel would have checked their astrological charts. They have the star Spica right over Israel. It's not a great aspect. It's religious persecution. So I don't know how long that goes on to. But now, this 6th, coming up this week, actually in a few days, we have another astrological aspect, which is another star. A lot of stars are prominent this month. A lot of stars. Very significant stars. That's very healing on the 6th. And then we come into the middle of the month, around 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. Be careful around that time. It's really going to hit the United States hard. So I don't know what that is. But we need to pray and meditate. Especially around that time. Well, any of the times when the stars are hitting, right? Then there's another one, Vega, that comes in at the end of the month. And that's the star of compassion and love. And that's what we need to focus on. Compassionate love for everyone. You know, we need to get past, okay, this is what we need to get past. And John Lennon said that a long time ago. We need to get past that whole border consciousness. Because really there are no such things as borders, right? I mean, there should be some type of regulation, but the borders really don't exist. They do in our minds, right? And there should be some kind of organization, right, with clearing of people in the borders. If I want to move to Mexico, they have to see my bank account. They have to see how much I have in my bank account. And I have to make a certain amount of money to even move as a resident to Mexico. Back a long time ago in the 1900s when people were coming over, if you arrived off the boats, the ships, right? And you had no father, no husband, no brother, no friend, no sibling to meet you, and you were a woman with children, forget it. They'd send you back to the country you came from. If you had a physical ailment, they'd get rid of you. They'd send you back. They checked your eyes, they checked your mental state. It wasn't easy. People think, oh, they just got on a boat and got off. No, You were checked out. Like animals, cattle being herded through a line. You were checked out physically and mentally. You had TB, you had to stay in the hospital for a while. How many of these people come in with TB and other diseases? We can't just let people walk in. There has to be respect for the country you're coming into. But I also respect that if these people come, they were carpenters or whatever they were in their country, cooks, they should get a visa to work right away. We don't have time to waste. You know, I gave my friend and I gave money to this father and his little baby that were begging in the street. It was cold outside. He had her in a little stroller with a blanket. So these stars this month are intense. This is a very intense month. I love this month because it's Thanksgiving, so let's be thankful for everything that we have. Even if we don't have a lot, right? So, and I encourage all of you to donate money to Acapulco, Hawaii. And then we have to pray and meditate to stop these psycho wars. That's all it is. It's Satanism on the planet. Satan is in control right now. If you have that desire to kill and hurt someone, you've lost your soul. I don't care what religion you are, or what nationality you are, or whatever you are. That's not what's meant to happen on this beautiful planet. Do you see this food? It's Holy Communion. You can't make this in a factory. You have to grow it from the earth. Who controls the earth? God does. So take care of the earth. Plant a tree. I'm happy to say I planted so many trees around my garden here and in other places that I lived. And I would drive by sometimes and I see that little tree I planted and it's huge. Brings such a warming to your heart. So in my house right now I planted a lemon and a lime, miniature ones. And I brought my Swiss chard in. I'm going to see if I can grow Swiss chard year round. You want to have some kind of greens to eat, you know? You want to put away food. I ordered from the Patriot. I ordered a couple containers. My daughter-in-law and my son, I said, what do you want for Christmas last year? They said they wanted food. So I went on Patreon. I ordered a whole container for myself. Or two. I think I have two. And one of them, I think they have one or two. I don't even remember. I put away water. The next thing I'm going to look at buying for myself is a generator. So even if you don't think about yourself, think about your neighbors, right? Maybe, you know, if the energy goes out, to help your neighbors out if you don't need your help, you know? But everybody needs to help each other. We shouldn't let ourselves be self-centered, because that's not going to work either. That's why there's wars going on. They don't want to share. You have to share. You have to make everybody happy. And if they're not happy, you're not sharing, right? Okay, let's just do a short closing meditation here. And I want you to think of having a wonderful day, wonderful weekend, get your chores done. I have to go back to writing my book. Happy about that. Finally started it. You know, it kind of runs around in my brain. You know how things run around in your brain? So I finally said, I got to put my words on paper. And then they just spill out. I love you guys. I want you to stay safe. Don't get bogged down by the darkness, right? You know, because this is not where we stay. We don't stay in the grave, right? We arise in spirit, right? So we want to keep ourselves spiritually happy. To protect your family, family first. If you don't like something in your life, just change it. Change it peacefully. Let God guide you and your angels guide you. All right, let's do one more short meditation. Send your love and all your healing prayers to all these people in the world that are suffering right now. You know, they're going through their own crucifixion. They're going through their own stations of the cross. They're going through their own beatdown. Pull those thorns out of your head. Burn them in the fire of love. So I will see you guys along the way. Adios, amigos.